Welcome to another episode of Dolphin Origin Stories, where we sit down and chat with students, alumni, staff members, faculty, and so much more to discuss how they became Dolphins. I'm your host, Nick Durst. I'm joined today by Jenalyse Alarcon. Jenalyse, welcome to the program.
Thanks.
I've interviewed you so many times over the years. This is the last one. How's that feel?
Surreal. I mean, I knew it was going to come to an end, and me and Noemi talk about it often, but I mean, you never know it's over till it's over, so definitely surreal.
Just hits you. So
yeah.
Graduation's here. Obviously, you are a star athlete, but let's talk academics first. Information systems major. So how did you go about picking that major?
Originally I came in as math, to be honest, so I took some tours with the FBI, and they were talking about internships, and they were like, hey, anything like in STEM really interest you? And I was like, well, I've always been good at math, so they're like, oh, we love our math people, so maybe you should go for that. And I was like, oh, cool, whatever. And then proofs and Calc 3 really did me a number in sophomore. So I went into my Macaulay advisors. I was like, ugh, like this is just sucking. And she's like, oh, well, you don't love it already? I'm like, no. She's like, well, if you don't love it now, you're not gonna love it later. So maybe we should look at something else. And I took a computer science class in my freshman year, and I liked that. So she was like, okay, informational systems seems like a easier transition for you. So I did that, and I loved it ever since.
All right, so let's talk about first here. You mentioned in Macaulay. So how did you end up in Macaulay? And then, what was that process like to get that special advisement that a lot of students maybe might not get? Yeah,
SARC originally reached out to me for scholarship and for playing basketball.
Women's basketball coach.
Yeah, and she was like, your grades are really good. I mean, I think you'd be really good for the Macaulay program. And she sent me towards Lisa, and I went through all the interview process and everything else like that. And then they kind of accepted me into the Macaulay people, and then I got to go to John Jay to do our our freshman walkthroughs and stuff like that. Not for CSI obviously, but for Macaulay. And we did a bunch of games and stuff like that. And then I met some people that I see now on a daily basis, and it was a lot of fun. And they're great. They give a lot of opportunities for a lot of things. You get a lot of special services because you're with Macaulay, so it's nice.
All right, so information systems. Talk to us a little bit more about that. What potential career paths could you pursue with that major?
So that would include cybersecurity. That would include anything kind of IT department. So I'm able to do anything in that kind of general vicinity. Something that I kind of worked with in my internship was cybersecurity, and that was fun. I did it for a county in upstate, so that was nice. So.
All right, so you came here primarily for basketball.
Yeah.
You get recruited here. You're from Troy, New York. Did you ever hear of Staten Island before?
No, not really, to be honest. I mean, my parents are both born and raised in Queens.
Okay.
So, well, my mother at least, my dad I think was born in Brooklyn, but they both were raised in Queens. So I knew of the city. I have a lot of family in the city. And then I was like, yeah, Staten Island. And I was like, I don't know where that is. And my parents were like, oh, it's down in the city. I said, but where? I'm like, it's not the Bronx, it's not Brooklyn, it's not Manhattan. What do you mean in the city? And they're like, it's off to the side. And my dad's like, I think I've been there once. And my mom's like, I've never been there. So they knew about it and they told me about it. But I was like, Staten Island? I thought I was just going somewhere random. I didn't know that it was down in the city. So they kind of had to explain that to me and how they're a cousin on the side.
Okay, so how'd you get sold on the campus? I'm assuming, the Coach Sarcone had you here, showed you around everything, talked to you about her vision for the team.
Yeah, I mean, I came in the winter, so I mean, the campus was very barren to say the least. Yeah. I mean, I've been able to see it in the spring and the fall, and it's absolutely gorgeous, but in the winter it was just blah. But the dorms were a big seller for me. Yeah, because I love cooking, I love baking and everything else. Actually, on my visit, I brought cookies for the coaching staff, and I brought them cookies and whatnot and shared all that stuff, but I like to cook and bake and everything, and they were like, it's a full kitchen, this, that, and the third, and I was like, man, and I had gone on visits to New Paltz where it's communal bathrooms and stuff like that, and I was just
sharing a small room with
that just never was very interesting for me. Plus, it was fun the idea to kind of make history on like the D2 aspect with being a new D2 program and stuff like that. And I kind of like that. So.
All right. Well, let's give a shout out to your roommates who are enjoying your cooking and baking, obviously. So basketball, a lot to talk about there. We'll wait on that first because we got to talk about you being in student government, which I know you love. So how did that come about for you?
Another thing that Sark asked me to do. It was my freshman year, and she was just like, I think you'd be really good for it, and we don't have any athlete representation, which at the time we didn't, and actually haven't since till now with Liz and Eva joining student government next year. And so they had no athlete representation. She was just like, we think that you'd be really good for it. So she made me go do it. And I kind of just stuck it out and just stayed for the time being. It wasn't really like anything difficult or anything, and I enjoyed the people enough. So it was good to be over there. It's a different experience, something that everybody else doesn't get to experience.
Well, you did a great job with that, along with the administration as well. So let's talk basketball now. I know you're very humble, but excellent basketball player. Some would say the face of the school. Your face is everywhere, Jenalyse. It's plastered all over campus on these flags. The big sign on 1R, your face there.
Yeah.
You're in the ferry terminal here in Staten Island. So what does that mean to you?
It was really crazy for me, actually. On the way back from home from spring break, I actually was on the ferry, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you won't believe what I found. And my parents are like, what? And people have messaged me before, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, do you know your face is on the ferry? And like, leading up to that week, I had gotten 2 separate messages from 2 different people. They're like, your face is on the ferry. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm like, yeah, I knew, but like, I didn't know like how much. And then I was on the way back here, and I was taking the ferry, and I saw it, and I said, oh my gosh. My parents were like, please take a picture. So I took a picture, and I sent it to my family, and they were like, it was just a really crazy experience because like, when I originally like came here, it was like to play basketball, go to college, whatever. But to think that my face would be plastered all around the campus, on the gym building, down.
And you'll be on that gym building for at least 9 to 10 more years.
Yeah, I mean, I remember how how long the other one was standing there. So, I mean, I can only imagine. But the flags and everything, even that they go down the streets and whatnot, and I was like, it's just not something I ever imagined happening, let alone to like me.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. But
so let's talk about playing basketball. Obviously, you came here in a transitional era to D2.
Yeah.
When did you realize that you were the best player on the court? Were you as a freshman, or did you wait a little bit? Again, I know you're very humble, but when did you realize, oh, I could hang in D2?
I knew that I was going to be able to hang for D2. I played a lot of competition like before in travel against a lot of D1 returners and stuff like that, and I didn't ever really have a trouble hanging with them. But the best player, I don't.
Senior year. You got the accolades to show for it.
For senior year, for sure. That was definitely.
So what a senior year. Yeah. Historic year for you girls. Best year in the D2 era for sure. And you walked over to some great awards. ECC Player of the Year. Met Player of the Year, All Met First Team. What was it like on that award tour for you?
It was like, it just felt like all my hard work had paid off. I mean, I've been working at this not just here, but in high school.
1,000 career points here in college.
Yeah, so I mean, those were things that like, not that I necessarily was looking to like achieve necessarily right off the bat, but like being like to have the opportunity to be able to pursue those things. And that was kind of something we came into this year knowing that that was like a possibility. And to actually see that come to fruition was like amazing. And the awards were nice. I mean, going to the dinners and stuff like that. And I mean, I've been to the Met dinner before, but like...
It's a little different when you're the main.
Exactly,
right?
So
your parents are probably very proud.
Yeah, and they went, and it was fun to be able to bring home awards and show the family, and they were always as excited as can be in it. So you know, my parents and my whole family are very involved, so they love seeing those things, and it makes them really happy, so I'm glad.
All right, so Jenalyse, basketball career, the college level is over. Any professional hopes going here? And have you been in the gym since the season ended?
Yes, I have. Not often, I'll be honest. I mean, I go hang out with my aunt often in Jersey, so I hang out with a lot of family. But no, I've been to the gym a few times since I've left, and it's just different now. But I mean, I do have an opportunity to possibly play overseas. Someone's asking, and for the Dominican Republic team, possibly for the national team. So I have an opportunity to be able to go over there, but I'll have to kind of check it out first. And I have other things going for me here, so I don't know if even I'll take the opportunity. But it's something nice to have in my back pocket if I want to continue playing basketball.
All right, great future ahead. We'll keep an eye out for that. So, are you going to miss Staten Island? Or are you going to at least miss the campus?
I think I'll miss the campus more than I'll miss Staten Island, to be honest.
Okay.
Staten Island itself was kind of like, it was fun to be a part of, and I think the community was something that I wasn't really expecting from the city, seeing as my parents are from the city. But like the community on Staten Island is definitely no rivals in the other boroughs, to be honest, and that's something I'll probably miss. But the college itself, I mean, I have been here for 4 years, so definitely things to miss, like the people and everything else.
Talk about the camaraderie, not just between you and your teammates, but all the student athletes.
I mean, we all kind of support each other. We go to each other's games and everything. I mean, baseball, we used to make up the majority of our fan section the first 2 years.
The fanatics, right?
Yeah, so they, not just baseball, soccer, women's soccer, men's soccer, softball, swimmers. Swimmers, it's harder because we're both in season at the same time. But like even the track athletes, we used to all go and try to support each other just because you want to see each other succeed and like see CSI on the map. Like baseball just came from playoffs, and that was just cool to see like other teams to be able to go and like experience those things. You kind of want that, so we all kind of are really close knit, and like that's not just for the teams and like the players, that includes the coaches. I mean, Moro's dad works on our freaking concession stand almost every home game, so it's a lot of tight knit, and it's like a really big family for us, and it's great.
Absolutely, Jenalyse, you have lots to be proud of. A historic run in your 4 years here. First ever D2 playoff win was your team, the upset 2 years ago. First ever ACC championship appearance under your belt as well.
Yeah.
Great leader, great student athlete. Last thing here, for anybody out there who is considering being a student athlete at the D2 level, tell them why they should probably consider come to the College of Staten Island to play.
The College of Staten Island is so like special and like the family aspect, which I just talked about. They're a huge family and they're so supportive of everything. I mean, between my coach and all the other coaches here, they support everyone. I mean, Nick, you supported us all 4 years, and so has Joe. I mean, commentating. I mean, it's a nice family, and it's not something that you see everywhere else. And we're very close, and it's like people that you'll see in a few years and like keep in touch with and stuff like that, and they'll go above and beyond for you. I mean, Sark has gone above and beyond for me for so many things, and I mean, it's history. You get to make history to come here and try to break some historical things too. So it's nice to be able to have those things and these opportunities that you don't necessarily get other places, and we take advantage of them all, and we have the best supporting staff, so it doesn't matter. So you get a bunch of support, and it's great to be here. So
all right, well, don't be a stranger. This is always going to be your home, so I'm sure your teammates would love to see you back at some point in the future. Jenalyse, best of luck with everything. Good luck with graduation and moving forward here. Thank you for your time. So that's going to do it here for this episode of Dolphin Origin Stories for the future CSI Hall of Famer, Jenalyse Alarcon. I'm your host, Nick Durst. Thank you for watching.